Back. I'm sort of having to deal with something as well at the same time, so I'm sorry. But, yes, Space Whale, Tooch. How you doing, Tooch? Like that way. And then... Sorry, one second. Living, surviving, I feel that. I'm in so much pain. I need to get insoles for my new, like, workday shoes. It's not that... I probably even could have kept wearing my regular shoes, but I didn't want to wear them out. So I got new, like, just cheap shoes. They've got, like, no sole. So I gotta get a new sole for them. Okay, that's already... I am liking the new job, though. Definitely less stress. At least so far. None of these are actually buried. It's kind of funny. Less stress is a win. I mean, there's still definitely issues here. They're so understaffed that essentially they'll sometimes have 2 people what they would hope to have at least 3 or 4 doing. But people actually come in to help, which is nice. Like the other day, we were a little short-staffed, and we had 4 managers in the department helping for like half an hour to an hour. Yesterday, we didn't have that so much, but I think that's because there was just nobody in at all. Because, again, they're trying to hire. My availability is being followed after these 2 weeks, which I wanted the 2 weeks off anyways, because I've got some things that I'm, like, doing in the morning and around streams. Like, before and after streams. And then at some point as well, I have to actually get, Space Whale. At some point, I have to get the vets into, or the cats into the vet. So, I'll probably, maybe tomorrow on my lunch, there's like a vet near where I work. So probably tomorrow on my lunch, I'll try to book that for one of my days off.
Weather warning. Incoming storm.
It's true everywhere. Unfortunately, not sure why, whether it's pay rates or peeps not wanting to work. It's unfortunate. I mean, where I'm working right now, they actually start you at slightly over minimum wage, even as like an unexperienced worker. So it's still a lot better than some places. Where I was working before, you started at minimum wage if you were starting as just an associate, no matter what. Whether you were full-time, part-time, no matter how much experience you had. Anything. Like, they tried to put themselves off as like this awesome company to work for, with like a huge like awesome work culture and all that shit, and no, they are literally garbage. I almost like didn't want to get my desk. Actually, I should have just had us order from Amazon. Just because, but I did want to see it in person. That was the big thing. Just because we essentially got it from the store that the company runs in the States, and I'm trying not to support that store anymore. I mean, I could see it being pay rates though, because one big problem is that a lot of stores don't want to give more than, especially in like retail and stuff, a lot of stores obviously don't want to give more than minimum wage because all of their costs are going up. It's like this weird loop where the costs are going up, but nobody, and so stores don't want to increase their selling prices too much because they don't want to scare away the customers, but that then means that they can't increase the employee's wage, which then means that nobody wants to work. Is that a tornado? I kind of want to sit in it, but this is a permadeath expedition. I think if I stand in here, this counts as being inside. Even where you are, which is white collar government, which is all right pay, you have trouble bringing peeps in, and even more so retaining. Well, it's like what? Everybody got worried about COVID, and then they all started liking their working from home, which places don't want to do anymore. And then on top of that, what is it now that's like, that has got some people worried, is like the monkeypox or whatever? Apparently there's some of that in Canada now. And then
Weather update. Storm clearing.
I'm gonna put this in the cargo and the regular slot. I mean, I might as well do the cargo. Like, I'm actually, it isn't something that's interesting to think about, though, because it's like, yeah, is it just that there's too many jobs? Is it that people don't want to work? Is it that people don't want to work as much? So, this planet is squishy. Stop! Like, triggering that and let me bring my ship. God damn it. You should never push for return to work. It's pointless and unproductive. You're adding 4 hours on your Monday and Friday for commute and being awake enough for it. It's like, I know that for some people, I know that, like, the actual getting up and going out somewhere helps, and that's what they want, but not everybody does. So it's just one of those things, like I know that Mux likes getting up and having somewhere to go every day and stuff, but it's not going to be beneficial to everybody. And whoa. But I mean, even that doesn't necessarily explain the customer service aspect, because obviously we can't work from home. But I don't know, there's just so many. don't mind being out of the house, just cooked up on all sides. Yeah. I mean, I think a big part of it too is that a lot of what would maybe be considered prime workforce, you know, like the, you know, just out of university and like early to mid 30s, those ages are actually still, a lot of them are just living at home still, like these days. So they just don't even really, they don't even seem to always understand the whole idea of, you know,
Toxic protection. Falling.
doesn't really matter what you want. If you gotta work, you gotta work.
Technology recharge.
If that makes sense. Like, I know not everybody's gonna be like that, but I've kind of seen a lot of that in the last couple of years, where a lot of people that I've worked with who are like no longer in high school are still, or were still living with parents, and you know, they're working full time, but they're complaining about how they have debt issues and stuff, and it's like, but like, and how they have to get their debt under control and whatever, and it's just like, but you know that, you know, what are you gonna do when you move out? If you can't balance your income now, what are you gonna do when you move out? How are you going to maintain everything? And it's just, they don't seem to even understand. So I think that the people that aren't kind of being forced into that, being an adult, they don't even think about it anymore. All they really think about is, you know, can I afford my video games? Can I afford this? Do I even need those? No? Okay, then why am I working at all? I don't know. I know that sounds a little bit harsh, but it's kind of the mentality I've gotten from some people lately. Today should have been, their hour was at hand. I recorded the pod's every move, biding precious time. Like nothing I've ever seen, their hulking forms lit up by the sun. I knew that I must capture, must be mine. Everything was prepared, the ambush, engine faster than I thought possible, as though it knew where I would fly even before a great tentacle hugged, pressing to the bones, and are fused now, and I are fused now. Oops. Oh, nothing happened when I hit this one. Okay.
Toxic protection. Falling.
Like, I'm not saying that's a big part of the issue, but it's probably, like, obviously it's probably not part of the issue you're seeing, but it's probably, I would be shocked if that's not at least a part of the issue that I'm seeing. So I know not everybody's gonna be that way, but
Toxic protection. Falling.
I just remembered some people at my previous job working full time, like living at home and complaining about not having enough money to balance their, like, to balance themselves out. And it's like, how's that even possible? I mean, with what I've been spending on gas every week, and the fact that I have, like, student loans and all of that, I'm actually still doing pretty damn good at coming out at mostly, like, if it wasn't for, like, the grand I've had to spend on my car the last couple of months due to the one place fucking up an oil change and me needing a new oil pan, and then, me getting new tires, I actually would still be, more or less, like, working my debts down, even with gas prices and making the 700-kilometer trip to see Muffs every week. So when people working full-time are talking about not being able to balance themselves out and get themselves out of debt when they, you know, nearly half of their income isn't going to rent, I kind of want to know where the hell their money's going. Anyways, it's kind of off topic. Space whales. Let's discuss space whales. Whee! Ammonia deposit. Oh, I want that. Yes. Because that will let me recharge this when I need to. I also, though,
Incoming storm.
I need to find a planet where there's going to be storm crystals and then drop my Minotaur, I think. Because I don't know if I can pick the Minotaur Bay back up, and that's kind of why I haven't used it yet. So I want to wait until I know I need it. Where be the space whales? Probably over the clouds. Space whale. So, I don't know if anybody knows what's actually so awesome about this expedition and update. But apparently, the Leviathans, i.e. space whales, were only even added because, as a joke on the Reddit, apparently people were like, yeah, well, you've added everything else we wanted, but where's our space whales? And so then they actually added space whales. So they actually added this because of a meme or some shit on Reddit. Like, it's like, and everything's free. How can you, like, I feel like Hello Games needs a lot more, like, credit for their development style, because how many other devs would have done this? Like, there isn't even something you can, like, if ever there was a game where I would actually willingly, with, like, very little hesitation, participate in microtransactions, if I had the money to spare, this would be it. But they don't even give you the option. It's like everything is just free. It's like not many games would, like not many studios would do that these days. Okay, there is no storm crystals here, so I don't have any fuel apparently. I don't need to make much because I can.
Technology recharge.
Like, I didn't even realize that. I saw it on Twitter and I was like, oh my god. Ugh. Hey Prime! How's it going? I am working on my space whales. Do we have any other... Okay, wait. First things first. I don't even think we've landed on the thing here yet. How are you doing, Prime? I mean... I quit my shitty job for a slightly less shitty job. Mostly because everybody, including HR, was like, well, if you don't like it, quit. I have a new desk waiting for my studio to be ready. Oh, and I have lemonade freezies in the freezer. Lemonade freezies. You died last night in a fight against sentinels and monster hordes. How far have you gotten? I mean, it's still just retail. I'm working for a giant-ass company right now. Like, it's still just retail, but slightly less shitty than my previous job. And a lot more physical. Like, I am in so much pain. Oh, God. Like, when I cough, right here, like, hurts so bad. From, like, all of the lifting and stuff that I have to do. And I'm getting easily, so it's like I either do like a lot of like lifting and like bending, which because of the problems with my spine, I have to make sure that I do like a squat. So my legs and my core are like they're getting their workout. But when I'm not doing that role, I pick for online orders, which means I am easily getting 12,000 plus steps a day. Like my Fitbit is recording probably, I don't think I've had a day with less than 90 active minutes recorded. When No Man's Sky hands you lemons, make iced lemonade freezies. Well, where I was working, yesterday, somebody ordered them, and I was like, "Oh my god, we have lemonade freezies!" So then I had to get some after work. Yeah, see, I just finished these two here, but I have a lot of these ones done. Like I have a lot of the hard ones done. The only real hard ones are probably going to be these two. And then I don't know what these are yet. This one I just have to find a planet with storm crystals. As long as there's no lightning, I'm not overly concerned about that. You need to raise your walking level. I mean, even at my other job, I was getting like usually 7,000 to 8,000 steps, but this new one's a lot more active. I need to get better insoles for the shoes I bought for work though, because they are not, like my feet are getting a little sore, but not as sore as they were. Am I okay with the semi-spoilers? Somebody said something about there's something eventually that deactivates the permadeath mode. Overall, I'm just kind of trying to, I gotta find a plan for that. But I haven't actually kind of checked out these planets on the system yet, so. Can I make a memory fragment? Pugnium? Fuck! I had like 1,000 Pugnium and I sold it. Depends what kind of spoiler, right? I don't want to know what those, like, jumbled ones are. I had Pugnium. It's about the storm crystals. Are you trying to say that I should just go to, like, the next point? Like, point 4? To decide what to do for this. Well, I don't really have to decide. It's more of, do I want to do in this system or not? I have the best way to cheese farm Pugnium and Sentinels. I wish there was a way to see which ones had storm crystals. Okay. Well, there's storm crystals there. I mean, I know I'll find some eventually. Mine? Yes. So
Units received. Units received. Units received.
those are easy enough to get if I need them.
Units received.
The one good thing about having to restart last night is that your ship is an S-class solar fighter. Nice. Let me up. There we go. I've only died once so far, like the necessary death. And I did that on purpose by jumping off of a mountain. I guess I will jump. You've died 8 times. Playing this though has made me decide that when I have regular access, I don't know if you're here for this when I was talking about it too. When I have regular access to the VR headset, I want to do a permadeath run on this in VR. Because I think that would be awesome. And by then, hopefully I'll have like, by then I'll have a setup where I can actually stream VR with the camera on me. Which, I don't know, if you guys have watched me at all, you guys know how like active I am, you know, like I tip over when I'm trying to turn and all that kind of stuff. So, yeah. Me in VR is apparently very scary. The last time I did VR, we did a little bit of a stream of the Walking Dead game, Saints and Sinners, and I was trying to stab a zombie in the skull with a screwdriver or something, and I ended up smacking his desk so hard that I caused the battery casing to come off of the controller and I thought I broke it.
Technology recharge. Shield down.
Playing this in VR is actually really cool though, because I'll show you guys after. So, oh, you can't see it here, but if you've ever actually looked down at your cockpit when you're in the station, there's like there's a joystick and there's a handle for the throttle. You actually hold those in VR and you throttle to go forward, de-throttle to go back, and use the joystick to move. It is so cool. You've seen another streamer play this in VR and he didn't like it because he was getting motion sick. I had some issues because I've done a few Skyrim streams in VR and a few, like I've played Skyrim a little bit off stream as well in VR, and I was getting motion sickness. I was worried about it because I have had a concussion in the past, and so sometimes odd visualness makes things weird. So I was getting a little motion sick, but what I found was that it was actually the angle that the headset was on. So Mux has a Quest 2, and you can angle the headset against your face. And I found that if I angled it this way so that there's more pressure down here, so that it's more of like a this way, that completely got rid of all of it. So I went from only being able to play for about half an hour to 45 minutes to being able to play until the battery died. So I know that, like, the motion sickness could be a real problem, but I wonder how much of that could be alleviated just by adjusting the headset properly. Speaking of adjustment, how probably a good idea to have a space sick back just in case. Well, I never actually used to get motion sick at all, though, before my concussion, so. You gotta go to work? No worries. My schedule's gonna be a little irregular for the next little while, just because I no longer have a regular work schedule, but. I mean. Again, at least it's less stress, which is nice. I see a cat. Is it a penguin? Hi, penguin! Actually, I can probably... Let me get rid of this. Because I don't need this anymore.
Units received. Units received.
You guys like to fight shit? Do you have what I'm looking for? Actually, no, I have an idea. Okay. Actually, I guess it's a pretty good idea. Just gonna buy a... I don't have anything there. High temperature planet, and maybe there'll be storm crystals here. Thanks for stopping by though, Prime. Essentially, I'm trying to find a building that is near sentinels. Just because that way I can, one, farm some pugnium, and two, maybe try to get a walker brain.
Life support power low.
Well, that wasn't an actual building, so that was useless. Hi. Oh my god, my ears. What? When I go check barely been doing those at all. That's why I had no nav datas. What? What? Come here, man. Come here. I think she wanted a hug. Did you need a hug? Yeah? Hi. Mm-hmm. She's such a weird cat. But we love her, yes we do. Okay, here we go.
Technology recharge.
Okay, this is how you cheese it.
Warning. Elite Sentinel Force.
Oh god, that's a quad servo. Walker brain is different. Okay, never
Sentinel
mind.
Walker detected.
I'm just gonna let them go away.
Product constructed.
There we go. What is this? Okay, that's for the Minotaur. There we go. This in there too. see the walker. That's what I need.
Units received.
Nothing here sells for enough to make it worth it.
Units
I'll sell that.
received.
Oh. Okay, that's kind of cool. Okay, what about selling some of this stuff?
Units received.
Nah.
Units
Hey guys,
received.
hold tight. I'm gonna take a quick break and get some food, and then I will be right back.